Okay, good afternoon everybody. Rob Howitt, RJH Motorbike Training in Manchester. Busy this afternoon. Mod 2 test. Richard going over to St Helens with Graham, and Kirsty and Danny on their Module 1 tests in Atherton with myself. Kirsty is going on about 150 and Danny is about 12:20. So what we're going to do is a demo ride for you both over to Atherton. I'll give you a little bit of a talk through about what I'm doing, and gives you a bit of an idea ready for your Mod 2, but it also takes your mind off of your Mod 1, which is imminent in an hour or two. So it's saddle time, which is all good experience, and then you can ask me any questions that you have at the end. So yeah, all right then, Chief. We are going to be going through I'm going to go through Worsley. Got a bit of everything there ready for the video as well, for a bit of a variety. Okay, so if you both want to just ride through the other side, yeah. I think you'll find the volumes are maxed, so make sure it's on your ear. Don't think that'll make much. I'm sure they are on full. Has it gone up? Has it? Somebody might have pressed it down then. Yep. Okay. All right. Yep. So yeah, just ride through, and I'll lock up the gate. Cheers, Graham. Okay then, so I'll take the lead. Kirsty, you can follow me. Danny, you can follow Kirsty. Very important with your Mod 2s and when you're out riding is forward planning. The earlier you can identify stuff, the more time you've got to deal with it. So nothing is then a rush. It's all about forward planning and anticipating. So even going from here, before we move away, look, the lights are on red, so observations before we set away. Anticipate any of the cars moving out, reversing, pedestrians and so on. Slow ride. Observations. Don't just stare to the right, keep looking both ways, anticipating the lights might change. New road into the command position, check my mirrors, cancel my signal. So straight away I'm thinking of the vehicles in front as well for following distances, and thinking about getting myself in a position that gives me the best visibility, anticipating the lights changing and the car turning in front of me, so checking the mirrors, but never take your view away from what's going on in the front. Anticipating. Mirrors I always check before I use my brakes. Just coming over now into position 3 so I can see further. So they've got a vehicle there indicating. So observations, change position. There we go. Scan around at crossroads. Emergency service vehicles jumping the lights. So here I'm thinking about parked vehicles and vehicles coming towards me over the white line, so I might need to change my position. So I'm always flexible with my road position, keeping the junction clear. So we don't want to obscure anybody getting into this junction. So it's all part of the planning. And I'm aware of what's going on around at all times. Observations before setting away. Following distances, couple of bike lengths, I can get around the vehicles if I need to. When I get up to 30, I'll be doing my 2-second rule. Good conditions, 4 seconds in the wet. Just be aware of what's going on around and at the sides and behind me. Observations again before moving away. Try and stay with me, guys. Anticipate workmen. Traffic quite heavy, so it's important to be keeping the distances so you can still deal with whatever presents itself. With the lights, we're going to be turning right. At the lights, turning right, anticipate the car on the junction. So being confident, but also be able to deal with whatever. So mirror signal manoeuvre, anticipate cars coming out from the left lane. So I'm going to sit behind the white line because I don't want to get caught in no man's land. Observations. Lights are still green, so we'll give it a go. Forward into position. You can all follow me through, look. Remember that lifesaver over the right shoulder. Back brake only if at all, no front brake at all. New road in the centre of your lane. Mirrors cancel signals. Away we go. 30 is the limit, so always try and get myself up to my speeds. Stay away from the centre white line. Look through the bend. Approach is so important on the bends, getting your gears and speed right. Always be able to stop in the distance you can see to be clear. Mirrors before brakes. Mirrors before signals. Anticipate the cyclist, the pedestrian, vehicle. So it's all about spotting these things nice and early and being able to deal with now, lifesaver. We do this as car drivers, but the disadvantage, of course, on a bike is that you are a lot less visible and a lot more vulnerable. So, if anything, you're looking further ahead and planning further ahead on a bike because you've got a duty of care to yourself. Couple of bike lengths again. Get around him if he was to break down. Be aware of cyclists, junctions, yep, all that sort of stuff. And, you know, vehicles do take advantage of you as well on a bike where they wouldn't on a car. So people's behaviour to you on a bike can be different to in a car. Observations, always. And I'm looking down the road, looking further than the parked van on the right, looking at traffic coming here. So always looking for the furthest point of your road and then scanning back and also anticipating something there, look, coming around overtaking the van, which would be on my side of the road. So I've got those 3 positions, 1, 2 and 3, which I can change to suit me at any given time. Allow sufficient distance to park vehicles. If a door opens, I don't want to be in the way of it. Anticipate the green lights. Looking down the road, see where the road disappears round to the right. Anticipate junctions, scan around. Pedestrians crossing the road. Anticipate the lights changing. Junctions, cars pulling out. Some pedestrians at a bus stop. Make sure they're not going to walk out. Step out. On a Mod 2, what they want to see is that you're safe, you're sort of making good progress given your own traffic conditions. So we've got 2 roundabouts coming up, both of them are going to be going straight on. Observations changing road position. So anytime you go from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 2, 2 to 1, anytime always be aware of what's going on behind. Zebra crossing, how early can you see that? So you can see it nice and early, gives you time. Anticipate again the lights changing. We're looking for information, so road signs, straight on at the roundabout, looking for road markings, road signs. So I can go straight on in the left lane. Or the right lane. Keep looking both ways, don't just stare to the right because the left can get blocked. It's quite a busy roundabout. Lane discipline. Into the right-hand lane as soon as it's safe to do so. Into the right-hand lane as soon as it's safe to do so, and straight on. Exit in the roundabout, lifesavers, and then you've got your new speed sign of 40. Pull in, that's it. Just slow down a bit there, Danny. Let us out. Well done. So this is all 40 then, 40. So picking out the road signs whenever you're going into a new road or coming out of a road, always look for that new information. Pick out your road signs. Look, the road becomes narrower on the right, or the roadcraft crossroads. 40. Mirrors before brakes, control position stopping, observations moving off, anticipate, scan around, make sure nobody's trying to undertake like that Mini, changing lanes, 40 still. How early can you look for the new speed signs? You can see them, so spot them nice and early. Mirrors before brakes. 30. Anticipate your crossroads, your junctions. Anticipate cars at junctions pulling out. Anticipate parked vehicles. Sufficient distance, picking out your road signs, information, observations changing position, road signs, deviation to the right, junction on the, there's half out, half in, anticipate it, lights changing. Picking out all these hazards all the time. Pedestrians walking up to cars, workmen, again lights changing, cars waiting to turn, pedestrians pressing the buttons of the crossings, what's written on the roads. Constantly asking yourself questions all the time. Anticipate, stay away from the centre white line. Okay, at the lights we'll be going straight on. Just reduce a bit of speed when you got a bit more obstructions. Anticipate the lights, we're following the road straight on. Good scan around. Emergency service vehicles, vans at junctions. Following the road straight on. Cars turning in front of you. Parked cars on the roads, zebra crossings again. Vehicles moving towards us over the white line, so be flexible. You can always come over, look into a safer position. Into the centre command, anticipate the pedestrian walking up to the crossing. She's going to press the button, the light's going to change. And you're doing all this, but you're also aware of what's going on behind you. So of course don't forget checking your mirrors, and you're constantly aware of what's going on around you, continuously aware of what's going on around you. At the roundabout, we're going to follow the road straight on, so it's a mini roundabout. Don't need to indicate, straight on. I'm going to let my speed down, because I can't really see until quite late. Looks good. Anticipate cars, look, reversing out. Following the road straight on. Anticipating the lights changing. Junctions, anticipating, scanning around all the time. Anything that gets your attention. What effect is it going to have on you? What action do you need to take, if any? So a defensive approach to your riding. Straight on, I've got to be in the right hand lane, look, road markings. So when I go forward, what I want to do is anticipate anybody in the left lane that's deciding to go straight on, which they do. So observations before setting away. Looking over my left shoulder there, so I've got to come over. So you don't want to go where your eyes haven't looked. Observations, change in position, still 30s, but always looking for any information that would tell you otherwise. So how early can you see the 20 miles an hour signs? So we can check our mirrors. Use your brakes just to warn the vehicle behind. Coming down to 20, which would suggest more built up pedestrian activity. And this is a town centre one way, which is, so anticipating that, look, wagon coming round. Wide berth. One way sign. We're now in a one way, so a lot more to be thinking about, which is why the speed reduction is in place. Doors opening. Observations, anticipate your pubs and people coming out, staggering. Buses moving away, pedestrians. Zebra crossings. We're going to follow the road round to the right, signposted for Wigan. So, still 20. Still 20. Anticipate the bus. I mean, if the right indicator comes on and it's safe, you'd want to let them out. But 30 now. See the 30 signs? Just wait for you around the corner, it's not a problem. It's all 30, anticipate. So up to the limits where possible, and you know, don't be worried about slowing down in the busier hotspots, because it gives you a bit more time to deal with stuff then, where a lot more parked cars, a lot more pedestrian activity, then just reducing a bit of speed gives you time, and that's what we all need, is time to be able to respond. So anticipate the lights changing, good scan around. Still 20, picking out your road signs, mirrors before brakes. Look for new information. We're still 30, there we go, going to come down to a 20. Following the road signs for Wigan. Observations. Following the road signs for Wigan. Wigan, look, left at the lights, mirror signal, manoeuvre. Road sign, so one way going now into two way. All the information is there. Observations, be aware of what's going on around cyclists, and you saw that scooter would be going faster than what we were around there. They go up to 30 mile an hour, those scooters. They're frightening. They could come whizzing along. Electric bikes, you can't even hear them. it's so easy just to sort of sit here and stare at the red light, waiting for it to change, where we want to be looking around, ensuring we're aware of what's going on around. It's all 20. Or 20. Or 20. Anticipate the lights changing. We're following the road signs for Wigan. Going into a one-way, look at the road signs. Following the signs for Wigan. Remember, on a one-way road, we come over to the right if we're turning right, look. Staying to the right, following the road signs for Wigan. Straight on for Wigan. Spot the signs for 30. Wigan is the first exit. Mirror signal. Now visibility again very poor, very late. So let's get the speed right down. The traffic comes shooting down from there. So slow speed along. Mirror signal. Happy?